We're back. What's up, y'all? It's your host of the Wiretap, Tony. Got Jeff back.
What's happening?
Today we got my man Reece here to fill in for Keon. First and foremost, give a shout out to Keon. He went down south to celebrate his dad. His dad had passed away a few years ago, so we want to, send our blessings and, our respect.
Absolutely.
Can't remember how to pronounce his name though.
Keon.
No, not Keon. His father is Keon's dad.
Keon's dad.
Keon, I'm sorry, I just couldn't remember the name, but we'll get it right. And I'm gonna put a message in the beginning, because this episode is gonna be dedicated to his father.
Absolutely.
But as always, like, follow, and subscribe. And if you feeling what?
Comment if you frisky.
We messed that up, but we got you.
If you feeling frisky, comment.
There you go.
If you feeling frisky, comment.
And as always, let's spin the intro. Alright, y'all, we back. Like I said, this is a special episode. Keon will be back. Oh, and we have our step-in commentator, T.
Hi, guys.
There she go. She's behind the scenes with us. She said she wasn't doing it. She's like, I'm not doing the burr. That's Leah's. I'm not doing it.
I gotta make sure Keon had the experience.
Right.
I'm not doing it. But as always, let's do our mental health check-in, and we start with the lady of the show. And you are the lady of the show, so let's begin with you.
And given that it is Women History Month.
It's Women's History Month.
Shout out to Women's History Month.
Happy Women's History Month.
Shout out to all the ladies. My mental health as well. I had a good week. No complaints. I had a crazy start to my day. Got a text from my neighbor at 7:57 because my neighbor's car was stolen from in front of my
on the loose.
house.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm, sad it was him. Thankful it wasn't me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Everybody tell you their problems and be like, you know what, I'm happy I ain't got that.
They had a similar thing happen in my neighborhood, but they didn't steal the cars, they were just breaking in them.
Yeah.
And they hit like every car on the block, and my dummy self, I left my door unlocked, so my window didn't get broken, they just opened my door.
And I think the same thing happened to the guy.
I was actually happy because there was glass everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? My aunt, shout out to Danielle.
But I don't know if T was done with her stuff.
I was done.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she was done. But my fault. He right though. But I just wanted to say, my aunt, she lives in the Bay Area, and they break glass out there.
Yeah.
She drive a nice Benz, and she leave her windows down. She's like, I don't need shit in there, so
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That part.
I just don't want them to break the glass.
Yeah. That's how I was happy. And it was, with the wildness of it was, I was woke. I was in the shower and I have a window in my bathroom. So I heard glass breaking. And I thought that, because the trash is right below my bathroom window.
Okay.
So I thought, one of these foxes that got in the trash again and broke something. Nah.
It was one of the YNs.
No, sir. It was one of them YNs.
One of the YNs.
Walking down the street, just going in everybody's
I'm surprised they ain't hit them niggas with a Rico yet.
That part.
They just going to put all the YNs.
In total.
That's gonna be
all of them.
Right.
This is
That's
why
why
you
you
Rico.
read it.
That's insane. That's insane.
But Reece, how was your week, brother?
Alright, man. Every day's a good day, even when it's not, bro. If I wake up, it's a good day. If I make it home, my day was perfect. Honestly, I don't complain about much. Nothing too eventful. Had a little scared this morning. Had to save a little kid.
I heard. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy. But outside of that, just happy everybody made it through. Everybody's healthy for the most part. Everybody's happy. So it is what it be.
How about you, Jeff? Oh, you had an event. Congratulations on your event.
Okay.
Yes. Another event successful.
Shout out to Jeff.
Another
Three
successful
strong
event.
Yeah, another successful event. How was the event? Let's start
The
there.
event was dope. It was Women, Wine, and Wealth.
Women, Wine, and
Women,
Wealth. Celebrating
Wine, and
women
Wealth.
again.
Celebrating women again. I wanted to make sure I did my part, so I focused around estate planning. Studies show that by 2030, $34 trillion will be moving towards women.
Okay.
Whether it be pay raises, inheritance, a whole bunch of other factors.
They
that
getting
go
the money.
into it. Yeah, and so I like to think that we operate in a matriarch society instead of a patriarch. So if mom goes, the family is fucked. So it's like, okay, how can we now plan ahead?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I had an estate attorney come in, Sherry Fleming. She was super dope. But I wanted people to be in a space of that, right?
Okay.
Like, it's not every day you get to talk to a lawyer,
Right.
Without paying that retainer
Without
fee.
paying every retainer fee. Yeah.
$25 for a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And you get as much information as you want. Now you have a contact that if you need something, you can reach out to. And it was just super dope for the reception that we had. But yeah, I'll focus that on like how my week was.
Okay.
Everything else, it was just solid. I didn't have the trouble shit that I had like the week before.
Yeah,
or something. So like this week was just a solid week of appreciating the good and the bad.
Right.
How about you, Tom? How was your week, good brother?
My week was cool. I mean, it was smooth. Nothing crazy happened. You know, it is what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nothing was going wrong. Other than I noticed every time the week I got my son, somehow I always have to fight to like leave because I got to get him, and when the weeks I don't have him, I get off on time.
Yeah.
So I just think that's just hilarious.
That's the way things go, though.
Yeah, that's just what it is. Do me a favor, Jeff. Go
What's
to the
that?
chat real quick.
Your chat?
Yeah, our chat. Yeah.
Okay. Keep talking.
Oh, no. I was going to T. I'm going to send you a message. I need you to check your phone real quick. I don't know how you about to do this, but because we didn't have the timer start on the phone with the yeah. But before you get up, I know we got time. You good? Let's do it in like the next once we start these topics. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about relationships and how they have affected our experiences in life. And you know, black women. I'm just,
You on your own, partner?
I'm joking.
You want to switch seats? You want to switch seats?
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I love you, black women. I'm just joking. But we're gonna expand on relationships. We're not just gonna talk about romantic relationships. We're gonna talk about friendships, relationships with family members, relationships with yourself, business partners, just the whole venture. I think I wanted to kind of expound on relationship because when most people hear that word, they just think
they go straight to romance.
Yeah. So T, what's our first topic that we got?
Our first topic for the day is: do you end friendships that no longer serve a purpose, and how did you feel about it?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
And I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't even get mad when people end friendships with me.
No. If I'm not serving a purpose in your life.
Yeah, because I be like, but my thought process is, damn, what the fuck I do to let this person say that I ain't good enough to be around?
Be my friend, yeah.
And, but I don't take it.
That's a hard pill to swallow, though.
But I don't take it as any slight. You probably felt that you leveled up in your life. Mm-hmm. I didn't, and so we grew.
Or the reverse. Or the reverse. Or the reverse.
Yeah.
It could be. I've definitely been. In my experience, a shout out to Leo for always keeping in contact with me. There were times where I felt like I didn't want to be around because he was doing so well. Not saying I didn't want him doing well. It was just like, all right, I gotta get my shit together because how I'm gonna celebrate life with my homeboy and I don't even got my shit together. You get what I'm saying? So it was like there was a time where it was just like I just stepped away from the friendship. Not to say that, again, it wasn't like on no hating shit. It was just like, well, let me get my shit together so I could be a real friend. You know what I'm saying? So
But I also don't think you have to do that.
No, so that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I've had situations with people around me who have elevated to different positions. Mm-hmm. So I'm a genuine person. I try my best to be a genuine person with people. So when I fuck with you, I fuck with you.
Right.
When you my friend, you're legitimately my friend.
Right.
So be great. Shoot for the stars. You feel me? And I'm gonna do my best to help you get there. And I don't want nothing from you. Right. So we're gonna celebrate every achievement. We're gonna live it up. You understand what I'm saying? And do you. I don't have to do you for you to do you. Mm-hmm. Right. You understand what I'm saying? I'm okay with being at home doing me while you do you.
Yeah.
And wherever we connect and meet at, that's our space that we fall in.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But some people can't operate like that. Some people, I know people who cannot adhere to other people's success.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they feel like it's a slight to them that they didn't have the accolades or even get the credit for the help they've given for that person to get to where they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's stuff like that that's just not, it's disingenuous to me.
Yeah, I can see that. Because I think with my experience, it was more so like I got tired of making excuses as to why I couldn't be a part of certain situations. So it was like,
What you mean?
Like, you know, when he would hit me like, bro, I'm going here, or yo, we going to Vegas, we going, you know what I'm saying? I'm making excuses because my paper not right.
Right.
And it's like, all right, let me get myself together.
Do you say that? Do you voice that?
No, I was young. I mean, now I would because you know I've been through therapy. I've learned how to articulate my emotions without making myself feel
weak.
Weak. There we go. That's the word. Without making myself feel weak. But at that stage in my life, no, I was too prideful.
Yeah.
How old were you?
It's like 26, 27.
Okay.
You know, I was too prideful. Like, I didn't know how, like, all right, so just to swerve a little bit. Masculinity, right? I don't think that black men have a clear understanding of what masculinity is and what does it really mean to be a man. Prior to my experience with therapy, my dad, and I don't know if he knows this, and he watches the show, so this is probably gonna have him tripping, but I really looked up to my dad.
Right.
Like the stories I used to hear about him and like the things that you know, like I really love my pops.
Yeah.
I need to start telling him that, but
yeah.
Facts.
That moment in my life, I felt like I had to get it on my own because he was getting, like, I thought he was getting it on. Like, I didn't think he ever had help. Okay. Like, that's the kind of mentality I was like, nah, I can't ask for no. My father ain't never had no help. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like, that little space in time, I was not asking for help. I will fucking sleep in my car.
Yeah, before I ask
for help.
I feel like.
You get what I'm saying? That was just my mentality at the time, but you know, as I got older, and then like talking to my stepmother and really having some conversations, like my dad, he doesn't like to really talk, but when you pick up little phrases he say, it was like, oh, okay, that's what that situation was. Because on my end, it didn't look like that when I was a kid. I thought you was just, you know, you pulled up your pants, tightened your belt, and just handled business. But whole time behind the scenes, my grandmother helped.
Always.
Or my uncle helped.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I was just, no help. Don't help me. You know what I'm saying? But now, yes.
Yeah.
I will call a motherfucker quick.
Motherfucking life jacket.
That part.
I'm in a bind, nigga.
I ain't doing no gay shit, though.
So I have a question. So do you think that men associate asking for help with weakness?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, because we learned that early. Like a lot of us at some point played sports early in our life. We learned very early that you got to reach within and find that inner strength to get up and get the job done.
Which, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to stay on this point.
It's okay.
Yeah. If you look at it, that's what's the thing where it's counterproductive because you're on a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't do it yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You gotta do it.
So that's where I was about to go. You went where I was going.
Okay.
And it's exactly that space. Like I played 4 different sports, and I played at different levels.
Yeah.
And outside of tennis, you know what I'm saying? Like, like there's nothing that you're doing by yourself, and there's no reason for you to feel as though you have to do anything alone. Like you have a team, you have a family, you have support.
Yeah.
For a reason. You know what I mean? And it took me losing my father. My father died when I was 24. So it took me losing my father to realize that I got my mom and my sister. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't have to be, quote unquote, the man of my family. Like, it can be us.
Yeah.
And
so that's an interesting perspective because, like, that's how the message is not conveyed that way.
Not at all.
When we're being told certain things, we're understanding it in the light as that, in the way that we have to be the ones who get this shit done.
Absolutely.
Like, if I ask for help, it's going to take away. It's almost like that. You know what I just thought about it. Fuck. At one point in time, struggle seemed like a badge.
How about it?
You get what I'm saying? Like struggle seemed like a badge.
I feel that.
Yeah.
It's like, and I don't mean to bring it back to the Kendrick and Drake situation, but a lot of the biggest comparison between those two was where they was from.
Right.
And it's like, nah, Kendrick was from here. He got it from here. Which, that's a valid point. But what's wrong with the other side of that?
Yeah, it's not.
There's nothing wrong with not having to struggle to be successful.
To be successful. I've always felt that way. I mean, and it goes back to like even when you're looking at the whole nepotism situation, and now right
with
now
Bronny,
we getting the LeBron and Bronny focus, but we got other examples of nepotism. It's nothing wrong with that. Like the whole goal as a parent, I'm a parent. The whole goal for me as a parent is for my children to not have to struggle any way, shape, fashion, or form the way I did. Not saying I'm not even saying I struggled the most. My parents did the absolute best that they could do with what they had. Yeah. And you learn that as a parent, as you grow up, you learn that we as adults, that's what adulting really is doing the best that you can do with what you have.
Yeah. Absolutely. And two, so when I thought about it just now, I actually witnessed the friendship fall apart because of that. Because of nepotism in a way.
Okay.
So these were two particular friends. One person, his father was in the street, and once his father got out the street, he felt like he wasn't receiving the same kind of funding that he once received. The other person, his family was, doing things and helping him.
Right.
And the other friend felt some type of way about that, which I thought was interesting. Cause I'm like that, like you just said, that's the whole purpose as a parent is to not have your kids struggle as much through life. And he really ended that friendship off the thought of your parents are giving it to you, and I got to get it out the mud.
Yeah, that's
type
crazy
of mentality. But to go back to the masculinity thing,
hold on, let me stay.
Go ahead.
You know where I think the struggle comes from? Like the mantra where it's like it's okay to struggle. What's the religious quote? And I'm not here to like throw down.
I'm not.
There you go. Yeah. He ain't gonna put you through what you can't handle.
Yeah.
And they be like, who the fuck said I can handle it?
Real shit. But I'm out here damn near dying. I'm out here damn near dying.
Right.
God, what is going on?
I'm being beat the fuck up.
I'm losing.
And literally,
help me.
He ain't gonna put more on you than you can handle.
Got 5 bills in one day.
And then then they gonna throw that book of Job at you.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
But
what I'm saying, I think like that's where like that struggle.
That sense of struggle, yeah. It's like
I mean, it's ingrained in our culture, though. Like,
black culture definitely
it's ingrained in our culture. All we know is struggle, bro. Like our entire existence in this country is struggle.
I had today at my event, sweet lady, she spoke to me at the end, like it was like a spiritual connection type.
Okay.
So we talking, and then she like paused and she was like, "Hold on, something's coming in. I'm about to tell you this. I'm probably not going to remember next time we talk what this is said, but this is for you." I go, let me hear it. But she said like, whatever you're going through, you need to make sure that you like figure it out right now. See how you can heal, because pain is given from 7 generations back, and then it can last for 7
generations forward. Yeah.
And she was like, if you don't figure it out, or if you figure something out, okay, you may have saved like 1 or 2, but then you gonna pass down to your
that's real.
Yeah. What you did. And I was like, damn, give me a hug. And I was like, that shit made me sit there. It's some healing we gotta do with this motherfucker. So
that's real though. Like, I have a son that's 19 years old, and it's me and my wife joke. Everything's a joke. Like we joke about everything, which is why we get along so well, because we can joke about everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But like today, we was getting in the car, and my son, he's driving now. So he be driving my car, and he has a very bad habit of leaving my sunroof open. So I told him, I was like, bro, if the next time I get in my car and my sunroof open, you're not driving my car for a minute.
Yeah.
All right, because this is getting ridiculous. And so I'm telling my wife this, and she was like, "What he say?" I was like, "Well, he, first thing he was like, well, is it because when I cut the car off and the sunroof's still closed and it's not closing all the way?" I was like, you start looking for a reason why it's not his fault. She was, that's your child. Like she immediately
that's
went,
kid shit.
Yeah, exactly. She immediately, that's your child, like father, like son. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at her like, So why you gotta make everything about me? But I'm like, man, you know what? That's real though, because that's my son. He's Maurice the Third. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, and he literally, when I look at him, he literally tries to be me.
Yeah.
And which I'm okay with, because I think I'm an okay person.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with him trying to be me, and I'm conscious of him trying to be me. So I'm always conscious of what I do around him.
Yeah.
Because I know that he's looking at me as the example. And it was like, well, wait. He probably got that shit from me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there used to be a point in my life where it wasn't my fault. I don't give a fuck what happened. It wasn't my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. And I've ended relationships because of it. Like, I've lost people because of it.
Yeah.
And I had to really realize, like, is it come to a point where you check yourself and you was like, yo, if all of these things keep happening in situation A through E, the only common denominator is you.
So all right, that's a very valid point, because back to the question, because I was thinking, like, what was my most hurtful friendship that I had to end, and it was the one with my cousin. And then we cool. I'm not gonna say I necessarily ended it.
Yeah.
But there had to be a space of separation, because I felt like we were just going in a revolving door.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like even this, right? This podcast thing for me, right? That was something that was supposed to happen with them.
Yeah.
But people kept making excuses as to why they couldn't
be part of it. Couldn't show up.
And in my mind, I'm like, it's never going to happen unless I start it. But
Right.
then it's like, once you find that space, and I don't know if y'all have ever dealt with this, but when you find that space, when you start believing in yourself, and things start happening, do you feel like the excuses that people start to make are just like bullshit?
They get in the way. Yeah, no, that's real. That's real.
I'm tired to this. Learning accountability is like one of the best fucking things ever.
Yes.
And it's
That's,
one of the
you know,
hardest
that's
things.
high level adulting though.
Yeah.
Like learning accountability is high level adulting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's something that unfortunately as men, most of us men don't really understand what even that means until we become husbands and fathers and we suffer through some type of losses.
That shit
like
hurt.
we gotta go through shit before we even understand what accountability is.
Right.
And I feel like that because we don't. It's a song that I love by this dude named Andy Richter.
Make that ass clap.
No, Andy Richter. He's not making any asses clap. Okay? His name is Andy Richter. Okay? There's no asses clapping from Andy. Okay?
Great song.
It's a song called Pain. And he's singing to his kids saying, I wish you all of the pain in the world. Because that's the best growing that you can do is through pain. And he's actually singing to his children like, I love you so much, I wish you all of the pain in the world. Because you're going to grow.
Bring that to me.
Yeah, I was lost.
I know you about to bring it home.
Yeah, no, the song, my point being.
I'm going to have to listen to it.
Yeah, you got to listen to the song. But my point being, you don't really realize until you get to a certain place in your life, which is normally in mid-age adulthood, 30-ish, mid to late 30-ish, that you done lost a lot of shit and people and things that you thought you valued, and now you got the things that you really value around you, that you had to go through the pain that you had to go through for these things to even matter to you.
So
I get where you're going.
No, I get his point because all right, so when I was going through my little situation back then and being too prideful, I remember saying to myself, like, I've never seen, like, I don't think we've ever had our lights off. Right? Like, I don't know what, I'm not saying my people didn't struggle, but I'm just saying from my perspective, it didn't look like we struggled.
Like you struggled.
Everything I wanted for Christmas, I got.
Right.
Clothes, I got. It may not have always been what I wanted, but I got.
So you had everything you needed.
Right. Food, we had. So when I was going through my experience, I was kind of like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because I had never
Right.
experienced. So I definitely do think you definitely have to
that's my
experience
point,
some
though.
kind of struggle in order to know how to get through it.
So, and that's the shit I realized as a parent with my children is that I tried to protect them from so much that I left them at a deficiency.
Yeah.
Because they never had to deal with certain levels of struggle to understand how to come out of it.
Right.
I'll say this. I don't want to wish you so much pain. I want to wish you appreciation and understanding.
Yeah.
Right? Because Reece, if you tell me you like the stove and you say, hey, don't put your hand on the stove, it's hot.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. I don't have to experience that. Or you say, hey, hey, nigga, getting shot sucks. And it's like,
but that's not atypical though.
yeah, but it's like, I don't want to get shot. It sucks.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get my ass in the house at a reasonable time. I leave that nigga alone when he start going off.
But that's not atypical.
Okay, so
you an outlier in that though.
Okay, you right. But let me say, all right, let's go to the stove example, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have to put my hand on it. I can listen to you.
Yeah.
And then I can learn.
I mean, but that kind of goes to that. What's that saying? A wise man.
A
wise man doesn't repeat his mistakes, and a genius doesn't. Something like.
So
that.
I heard it like this: a fool learns from his mistakes,
yes,
and a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Right. I want you to learn from the mistakes of me that you don't have to go through it. Yeah, you're gonna have your own shit. Yeah. Cool. But you can avoid a lot of landmines just by fucking listening. So I may not want to wish you the pain, like what the song says, and I'm not like knocking.
No, not at all.
I don't want to wish that to you. I just want to wish appreciation for you and understanding. Like I'm not saying take what I say as gold,
right?
But like understand that, hey, I've been through this. Mm-hmm. Right. I want you to avoid this landmine. Yeah, you gonna have your own shit, but if you can take my story and then whatever you going through, you can finagle it in your situation.
Absolutely,
and get through it, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's the whole part of like nepotism. Like, I'm putting you on this pedestal.
Hold your thought, because
okay,
we're gonna take this quick break.
I'm not holding it.
Jeff is on one. We'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all, we back from the break. We're gonna continue this conversation. We left off speaking about friendships that we had, and we actually didn't even really get.
We never even got to that.
Yeah. So, have you, gentlemen, had to end friendships with people that you truly cared about, but because they weren't serving the purpose anymore, you had to let them go? Which I'm pretty sure we all have.
I don't know if I like specifically in them. They fizzle out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because. But that was gonna be my question.
Hold on, before you get your thought, because I was telling her earlier. I said
I was already at my thought.
You stop talking. I seen a post that said it was a picture of the green box, and it had bikes around it, and it said, and it fucked me up because I had to think about it after I read it. It said, "You and your friends didn't know this would be the last time that y'all was gonna do this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Like. Yeah. When was the last time we all went and rode bikes and just?
Yo, I had something like that fuck me up, but it wasn't with my friends. It was with my children. Mm-hmm. It was a picture of a dude holding his daughter. Like, you don't know the last time you gonna pick your child up, and I was like, fuck, like, fuck, come here.
When last time you picked Adrian up?
21-year-old.
The last day.
Yeah, the last day. I don't think about that shit, but yeah, I pick that nigga up every day.
Oh man. But to the point, back to the question. So I say now it's been a bad habit, but as an adult, I've hustled a lot. I've always had a job. I've always worked. I have a degree in chemistry, but I've always hustled, and I'm always trying to hustle with my friends. I'm always if I got something that's gonna get some money, I'm always trying to bring somebody like, yo, come on, let's go do this. You feel me? And my wife, shout out to her.
That's why he be mixing them drinks the way.
Whip it through the glass.
I told him when I posted them. I
said if I'm gonna do this shit, I need to know this shit. Okay, if I'm gonna do this shit, but yeah. So my wife has said like you always trying to bring your friend, and why don't you do some shit by yourself? And I'm like, that's real life, because in the last venture. I told niggas I used to rap. I used to do everything involving music, and to the point where I was managing artists. And I had this artist here, just came home, dope, probably the dopest nigga I ever heard rapping in front of me. And it was my homeboys, one of my closest friends, nigga that stood next to me when I got married. It was his brother, and when Yo came home, we put him in the studio. We bought all the studio time. We paid for the videos. Every dollar that had to be spent, we spent it. And we always said to him was, yo, keep your ass in the house. Just don't go back outside, because outside you get you in trouble. Just stay in the house, and we gonna make sure you get the way you going. Yeah. And we had shows lined up, Sway in the morning. We had this nigga lined up. And he couldn't stay in the house. Got killed. All right. And we 15 grand in. You know what I'm saying? We 15 grand in on this nigga in a short couple of months. And now you're gone. You feel me? And it wasn't even about the ROI. I'm not worried about no return on my investment. I didn't put my time and money into something, into somebody who didn't put enough time into themselves. And then his brother wasn't even putting the foot on his neck. You know what I'm saying? For lack of better words.
Yeah.
So it was like you was almost helping him do the bullshit. And you got just as much money in this, almost as much as me. So what the fuck? And I had to really walk away from that entire situation, the friendship too, because I'm like, all right, if I keep, because I kept on trying to go back to, yo, like, let's figure this out, let's recover from this. I can't recover because you keep,
Watch the song.
you know what I'm saying? You keep stepping backwards. You feel me? And it's like sometimes you got to really pull yourself away. And like you said, like letting shit fizzle out. I don't think I've ever gone and say, hey, I can't be your friend anymore.
I don't think none of us have done
that. Feels crazy.
That's bold. Hey, nigga.
Hey, we ain't friends.
We ain't friends. I don't fuck with you like I used to fuck
We
with
can't
you.
kick it. I ain't skating with you.
None of that shit. It would come past my mama crib. Like, none of that shit. But, you know, the communication die out. The phone calls, the text, the group messages, all that shit fall to the wayside. But the thing is, if yo need me, he can pick up the phone and call me 8 days a week. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to answer the phone if he call. So I don't think, to Jeff's point, I don't think you're necessarily in friendships. You just move in different directions. And sometimes the directions is in perpendicular directions.
It become one of those things where it's just like, oh shit, I ain't talked to such and such in a minute.
And geez, and now we got months, days to turn into weeks, weeks to turn into months, and now we 3-4 years when we ain't speak but once. You feel me?
I still love you through the distance.
Still love you.
Yeah.
Still love you.
Yeah, it's a couple
here.
people I know, if they call me right now, it's like, what's up? What you need? I got you. And then there's some people who might call me and be, I look at that motherfucking phone ring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I pick up the phone and call you, hey motherfucker, you better pick up.
I mean, it depends on how
I stop talking to you off of that.
No, facts. I get that. I get that. I've been on the other side of that before as well. So I get that aspect of it as well.
I will stop talking to you.
So Jeff, how many times do a person have not to answer the phone before you cut them off?
For me, it's like once.
For real?
For real?
Yeah.
Damn, Jeff,
I'm the
that's
same
tough.
way. I'm
Jeff,
the same
you a
way.
tough ass nigga.
Yo, we just had to so listen, I extended an invitation to somebody to come to the pod. She reached out. That person reached back, said, what they say? They wanted to do it or they didn't want to do it? Or they didn't reach out at all.
They really didn't say, they didn't give me a response.
Yeah, and then said they wanted to start their own podcast.
Oh.
And she was like, well, I'm not going to ask her. I was like, yeah, fuck them.
No, that's real. That's real.
That's real, but I like
that's real.
Your question,
it's big fuck him, actually. Fuck him.
Bro,
Okay, well, Jeff, give me a scenario on which you would cut someone off.
It takes too much in this day and age for somebody to call. Because everybody knows something. We usually now communicate through text. Mm-hmm. So if I'm picking up the phone to call, whether it be to hear your voice or just to like shoot some shit or say, hey, I'm on the way, I'm nearby, and you don't answer, it's like, oh, okay. And then it ain't no text to follow back, or it ain't no call.
That's what I was waiting for. Okay.
I was like, oh yeah.
So
we good now. Now I see what type of time.
I'm with you on that. Like if I call you, like you said, I'm taking
also,
the time.
I think it depends. If I know your lifestyle,
I don't give a fuck. I'm like dead ass.
I get that. I'm just saying for me, if I know your lifestyle,
right.
Like Keon can't pick up every 5.
Right.
If I'm calling, I know he probably cutting hair, so if he don't pick up. You feel what I'm saying? If he don't call me back, he probably forgot. I'm not gonna take that personal.
Right.
But if I'm in a situation where it's like, prime example, I gave you one situation, and this is when I knew like I had to stop fucking with this person. I see this person. They don't know that I see them. I'm calling to see like oh, where you about to go at?
Yeah.
You know, I'm driving. I'm about to offer them a ride.
Yeah.
They look at their phone
and then put that shit down.
And I was like, oh, okay.
I might have pulled up next to the nigga and hit the horn.
It's like nah, bro, because you going through a conscious decision not to answer this phone.
Yeah, I feel that.
And it's like, oh, all right.
But it takes more than one time.
Yeah, for me.
Like it takes more than one time. If like you said, like
you on a dire need.
No, I feel that, but I don't.
I know
But
what
I'm
to call.
like, I can't be. What if I can't be at your beck and call? Because I tell people all the time,
Right.
my phone is on do not disturb. Don't call me.
Yeah.
You are not gonna get a motherfucking answer, so we will fall out.
Oh, yeah.
It's all that.
My phone don't do nothing. Listen,
Hey, yo.
I ain't say I'm holding myself to this same shit. Cause my shit on D&D.
Whole time this shit on D. Whole time this shit on D.
Hey, listen.
That's it. I ain't got no friends. I don't call them. They don't call me.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, nah,
I tell people at the beginning and when we meet,
That's cool.
I'm an acquired taste.
Yes.
And so if you want to be friends with me, you have made a conscious decision.
Yeah. I guess with me, it's just more about being genuine. Like if I'm the one, the only time we talk is when I call you. The only time we talk is when I text you.
Yeah.
Then my calls and texts.
No bullshit.
They going to get very few.
I love women because they always point out shit that niggas don't see. So I had a friend back in the day, right?
Always. That's their superpower.
Never put two and two together. One day she was like, "Yo, you ever notice this nigga only call you on payday?"
Yeah.
I said, no, hell no, that's my nigga, man. Nah. I'm start paying attention. I'm like, all right, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Payday. Yo, what we doing today? Because I was the type of person that when we go out, like for instance, if you ain't have, like if I got myself a shirt, I mean, you're not about to get the same shirt. I'm gonna get you something. I'm gonna get you. Go look at the clearance rack. Yeah, you can go to the clearance rack. I grab you something. But that's the type of individual I was.
Nah, I feel that.
But I had never put two and two together because I was just so like I just was happy to have somebody to run the streets with me.
Yeah, run.
You get what I'm saying?
Hell
So
yeah.
it was like when she said that, I said, nah. Then one day I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna call this nigga today.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna call him. Get paid. Damn near the whole day almost go by. Yo, call me. Yo, what we doing tonight? I'm like, I'm broke.
Nigga,
You're like, for real? I'm like, yeah. You're like, damn. All right, I'll hit you later.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this nigga really only called me on payday.
Yeah.
So
Because
I had
he knows
to
you
end
got
that
the
shit.
drinks, nigga.
Yeah, I had to end that shit. I had to end
I feel that.
What we got next, T?
Next topic is how does your relationship with yourself affect your relationship with others?
Alright, so for me, it depends. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Capricorn true at heart. So like, if my money fucked up, fuck everybody. I don't give a fuck who you are right now. Leave me alone. I'm down here trying to figure out how to get my money back right.
I feel that.
You get what I'm saying? It's not that I don't really fuck with you in a sense. It's just like, again, it kind of goes back to that story I said earlier with like my homeboy. It's like I'm in this fucked up space right now, so I can't even really think to be a friend right now.
Right.
Like when my money fucked up, it does affect my mood
I feel that.
in a sense. I'm not saying I'm about to crash out and beat niggas up type shit, but it's just like, yeah, I need distance. I need to figure out what the fuck I need to be doing because I made a move somewhere.
Yeah,
and I
got
fucked
you.
up.
For your situation to be
And I need to
what it is.
figure out how never not to make that move again.
Right.
So that's just.
I don't know if that's zodiac sign.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I mean,
because I'm a Gemini.
I mean, it's
My
probably
money
not.
fucked up.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But I'm just saying in the sense of like, you know, that attachment to Capricorns, that's just what comes with the saying. But I just know for me personally, if my money fucked up, I'm not trying to hit shit right now.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Of course. How does your relationship with yourself affect your relationship with others?
How that saying go hurt people?
Hurt people.
Hurt people.
And right, so
Yeah.
and then
Which is another reason why I stay away.
And then I think the other part of it is what's that? Birds of a feather. I'm gonna use another phrase. Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
So you only going to surround yourself around people that are like you. So if you hurt and broken, you only gonna be around hurt and broken people, and you just gonna attract that. So I think you gotta know how to like do that deep cleanse yourself. However you gotta do it, whether you by yourself or it's therapy. However you gotta get through it, you gotta find a way to like cleanse that, because then now your relationships will be different.
Nah, that's real, and I look at like that's very valid. But I approach that question from a completely opposite angle, right? Because I'm typically a happy person. Like I don't walk around just because. You feel me? Like I'm normally in a good mood, so I normally want people around me who are in a good mood. You feel me? Like
Absolutely.
I got a homeboy who's a very close friend who's not in a good space most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's like I sparingly fuck with him. You feel me? And I love him to death. Do anything for him if he need me. But being around him drains me sometimes because he stays
let's talk about that,
in a bad space.
Yeah.
So it's like, but when I'm on, like if I'm in a, I always say it's a 83-27. I mean a 73-27 split. If I'm in my 73, I don't need the 27. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't need that negative space around me because I'm only 3/4 of the way where I'm at. So it's very easy for somebody else's negativity to come in and fuck up my 73%.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So,
but you said something that that really piqued my interest about the negativity part because, again, like I said, when my money fucked up, I'm just not in the headspace. So I know not to be around certain, like if me and you are cool,
right?
But if me and you had the relationship like you and Keon, or you know we were closer, I know not to come around,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because I know mentally, like my friend is a happy person. I'm not about to go there and fuck his vibe up,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay over here, figure my shit out, and then when I'm back where I'm at, then I go fuck with you. But I also understand that aspect too of people can be, again, to go back to the one friendship that I had to end with a family member. That's the shit that was getting on my nerves. That I can't do shit. That shit blows. Like, I don't know if it was from what my uncle told me or my father told me. They always told me, never say you can't. Try.
Try. You always try.
So when niggas start getting to telling me they problems and they can't do this and they can't do that, I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
Yeah.
If that's the mentality you about to keep rolling with, or you, like, I think the biggest thing since this journey, I've met so many bullshitters on this journey as far as starting this podcast. Simply my fault, I've met so many bullshitters.
Jeff's not one of them.
No, which is why I fuck with him because I told him, I remember the part we did before when Keon was in, and I said, yo, I know how hard it is to bring something from here to this.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's a reality because once I did this, it was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, all the excuses you kept making was bullshit. So now, when people was coming to me with ideas, it would be like, yeah, I want to do this, but
it's always the but.
It's always
the but. And see, I do this with my friends. I say that, like, with my friends, I talk to people. If I talk to them, like, we talk. Me and my friends, we talk. And I tell them all the time, like, sure, if it's something you're going through, holler at me.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm gonna fix it for you. I'm gonna try my best to help fix it. But if I can't, I'm gonna try to help. We gonna figure out how to fix this shit together.
Right.
You feel me? I'm not just gonna be like, oh, nah, fuck you. I ain't got nothing for you. It's like, well, no, I don't got it, but let's figure out how to get it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And I extend myself to my friends to that level, which is why, like I said earlier, I hold my friendships. I herald my friendships. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hold it to a high regard because I feel that when I carry that with all of my friends. You feel me? And Keon is literally, I call him my best friend.
Right.
I got another nigga who I call my best friend. These two niggas, but they know, as I love you, nigga, Jeff, if you call me tomorrow and say, yo, Reece, I'm fucked up, what you need?
Yeah.
Well, I don't got this, but we can go figure
some shit out.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm that same kind of person.
That's me, and
like,
that's me 8 days a week.
I've had people call me, ask me for something. I'm like, yo, well, I can't do that for you, but why don't you go try this? Oh, nah, that's not gonna work.
Right.
Well, you ain't tried yet.
Bro,
so
I can't do it for you. That's the other side to it. I can't do it for you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do it for you.
It's like with the shit that I'm doing with like my events or something. I be telling motherfuckers just to like come through. Just pull up. And then what they gonna do? I can't do it. And then they gonna send me a text about their shit. It's like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
But like to your point, damn, one of y'all points. Nah, I forgot. Like the thing that I had was, I'll tell anybody that I meet. I got it now. I'll tell anybody that I meet, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they go, whatever. I can't complain. When somebody says that, I'll be like, yo, I give you 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Say whatever you
get
got.
That shit off.
I give you 15 minutes.
Get that shit off.
After that 15 minutes, you're going to lose me. But I'm going to give you 15 minutes. Everybody
15 strong minutes.
It ain't going to do no good. I like, listen, I'm giving you 15 minutes. If you want to rap it, go ahead. But, you know, people don't take it. But I always get at people.
And I think that's important because I feel like when we ask that question, it really sometimes as a conversation piece, we really are not asking somebody how are you doing.
It's just passing.
It's just like, oh, how you doing? Like it's just
politically
correct. But I realized that
15 minutes.
I realized that more so as a bartender, right? Because I'm the person
you're a therapist,
bro.
Right.
You come to me. The fuck, it don't matter what the problem is.
I hope they're not coming to you to fuck.
No. No.
Freaky ass nigga.
Not at all.
Here, take this drink. Reece
That's crazy.
shout out to Keon, he in the live right now.
Shout out to Keon.
Hey, what up, bro?
Reece a freaky ass
nigga.
I know you hear some shit.
No,
I know
but
you
people-
see shit that like you
Yeah.
just be like, what the fuck? I know
Yeah.
you see some
But I'm
crazy
sorry.
No,
shit.
no, but
you always say, yo.
But my point is that I say how you doing to people, and at work they just automatically start dumping, right?
Yes.
So I find myself now when I'm like not at work, when I'm home, and I be like, "How you doing?" They be like, "I'm like, no, for real. How you doing?" You feel me? I double back on that question because I know most people take it as like a passing question,
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
like a almost like a rhetorical question. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like I'm like, nah, like real shit. How you doing? Like you good? Your people's good. You feel me? I start like digging in, and then you realize most motherfuckers ain't good for real. Like most people are dealing with
Hey, yo,
some shit.
One of my favorite real skits. This is dude. I can't remember his name. If I did, I would shout him out. But he has a skit where he's coming into work and his boss was like, "Everything good?" He was like, "Yeah, I broke down on the way over." He was like, "Your car all right?" And then like he got this little thing like he was breaking down in the car crying and shit. He was like, "Yeah." So he was like, "Go ahead, clock in for me."
Everybody give it because everybody got their own.
Everybody got their own.
Everybody got their own.
And then to your point, I remember, and I'll wrap this one up. When you not feeling good, like you're not speaking, I know my energy, like and I know how I am, and I always like to meet you at the energy that I want to be, like man,
all the time,
right? Like, where you know me. And then when my shit is low, one, you can feel it, and then two, it's like, damn, I don't want to put that on you.
Right.
Exactly. So that's my thinking. It's
I don't
like,
know if that's good or bad, but it's like
I don't think it's. I mean, I think if it gets to a space where you start considering certain things,
where it's detrimental to you.
that's when it becomes bad. But I've never gone that way.
There's nothing wrong with taking time for yourself.
Yeah. And I know it's a roller coaster. I know at one, I'm a hit. It's going to be here. And then it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And then it's, you know what I'm saying? So I just know even when I'm in my funk, I just know like I'm gonna come out of it eventually.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's just how shit go.
Nah, I found myself having to take time like for myself because being the way being upbeat how I normally am when I go in places, people start expecting that from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't hate it because you set that precedence.
No, all right, you're right. I give you that. I just don't like it because if I just decide to come in quiet one day, nothing's wrong.
I just don't feel like. And so what I had to get to the space of that I know that people are going to expect me to come in a certain way, and if I know I'm not going to show up even partially that way, then I'm not showing. I'll holler at y'all when I'm back in a better place. Like, and I just had to be real with myself. Like, okay, if you have that thought that something's wrong that you're not even addressing yourself,
right?
Like, so go figure that shit out, because what you don't want to do is take it out on the people around you. And that's a lot of people have that issue where they don't know how to even acknowledge what they feel into themselves. So it becomes an issue with everybody around them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where shit get unhealthy and shit get immature. And, you feel me?
But I do appreciate those when if I do walk into space and I'm not the self that you know, somebody go
that reach out.
Hey, you good?
You good?
Yeah.
And they'd be like that. I only need that one person. If I do show up like that, it'd be
absolutely.
Fuck no, I ain't.
Fuck no.
At all.
And then it's like, okay, now I feel good that I got that off.
Yeah, but that's why, like as men, we appreciate spaces like the barbershop. And you feel me? Because those certain spaces we can go in and be genuine and whatever it is we're dealing with. And, it works for us. And people who don't have that, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah. What we got next?
Find your place if you don't have
Find your place.
Find a place for
Find a place and find your people.
Yeah.
Namaste.
All right.
We got next,
Our next topic is what relationship made you become self-aware to your toxic traits?
Oh.
That's a good one.
But I'm going to keep it a buck. The relationship with my father. Relationship with my father, because My father, I always said my father was a great dad. He was a terrible husband. All right, and I realized he wasn't even a great dad for real. He did his best, but my father, military, war vet, he had a drug issue most of my life, right? He was present as much as he could be, but the drugs took precedence whenever they took precedence.
Shit, he was a war vet guy.
Yeah, he came home fucked up.
Yeah.
So, and he dealt with that up until the point he died.
Right.
He was clean for a couple of years before he passed away, but just a couple of years. And I found myself, I had a license at 15. I was taking him to rehabs. I was taking him cigarettes every Saturday to the rehab. I spent my weekends at rehabs. You know what I'm saying? Visiting my pops because I heralded him that much. Because when he was home, he was great. Yeah. So I found myself trying to be all of the good qualities that I thought he was, and the bad qualities I made excuses for. And I thought like this was just part of who he was, and it's part of me because I'm him. I'm a junior. I got his name. Yeah. So no matter what I do, and my mother definitely loyal. So my mother stayed next to him from start to finish. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, in my mind, my girl's gonna be right here regardless of what the fuck I do, because my mom stayed right there regardless of what the fuck he did. Yeah. And he did his best when he was here, but his best wasn't always good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna do what I think is my best for this moment. But I'm gonna go find my self-satisfying shit, and I'm gonna lean into that whenever I want to, because you better be here and deal with my shit, because I take care of you. Because I make sure all of this shit, the lights come on in this motherfucker. And that's what my father was. He made sure the bills got paid no matter what. So in my mind, he did. You feel me? But whole time it's my mother. You feel me? But as the kid, I don't see that because my mother didn't show me that part of my father. Yeah. You feel me? So it's like once I settled with who he was, and I realized who I was from that, I was like, yo, I got a lot of shit with me that I need to go figure the fuck out.
Not to cut you off, right?
But to cut you off.
Because you made me think of something. And I'm going to let you get back to your point.
Nah, we good. I got to my point. We good.
We ain't going too deep over here.
Do you think, as parents, we do a disservice to kids when it comes to trying to protect them from certain aspects?
Absolutely.
Because do you think your perspective would have been different if you knew what was actually going on?
Yeah, yes and no.
So my perspective would have been different, but like I said earlier, I realized that my mother did the absolute best that she could do with what she had, and I don't just mean like her physical means, like her money and whatever that she had. Right. I mean with her knowledge base, with her parenting skills, because she had her own trauma story. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom was adopted and some other shit happened in her childhood. So the best version of a parent that she knew how to be is what she showed up as. Right. And that wasn't always what I needed. You know what I'm saying? It's what she thought I needed in the moment. But in hindsight, I realized that there's things that she could have done that would have helped me be different. But she did the best that she could do. So I don't hold her to a fault. You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
I don't hold her to a fault. But I do feel like that if I would have known more, I would have been able to do different.
Yeah,
not so much better.
To go back to my story about my dad, if I would have known my pops had help, asking for help would have
been so hard. Right? Absolutely. Absolutely.
What you about to say, Jeff?
I don't know. I'm torn between the two.
I mean,
because it's like, yo, you so.
But are you torn between the two because of just how you were raised in a sense?
No, because I mean, it's the same thing. You know, your parents, they do their best to protect you from like what the reality is, right? Because again, they don't want to put that trauma on you at a young age. But does it do a disservice to you when you get older? Yeah, I think what I wish that would have happened was like a small conversation. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe not to like the full blown extent, but to like sit down, have a conversation instead of this Band-Aid being pulled off or whatever the case, and then you had like and years go on, and then you have to go back and connect the dots, and then once you do that, you like, damn, well that's where that pain comes from, like that's where that trauma comes. Maybe if there was like a small conversation that says, hey, you know, we struggling right now a little bit, but you know we working our way through, and I might have to reach out to Nana for something, but you know we still chugging away at it. I know that's what I do.
Right. Yeah. So I do that with my children.
I tell my son all the time. It's like, listen,
Go ahead.
We struggling a little bit, you know.
Yeah. My fault.
Come on, finish it up.
It's like, yo, we struggling a little bit. Like, this is what happened. It's not going the way I planned, but you know, we still sticking through it. We finding a way. Some little help coming here, some little help coming here, and I got something coming down the pipeline. And he be like, all right. But I'd rather us have that conversation, and then instead of when shit hit the fan,
absolutely,
like, what's going on?
Cause like I ain't gonna hold you, and I'm gonna finish it here. Like Adrian, my dad really never taught me about money. Right. He made a lot of money. He was good with his money, but he never taught me
not at all
about money. And I can say I'm learning, but I'm not gonna say I'm completely bad, but I'm bad.
Right.
But with my son, cause he work at the shop sometimes, and he's
sleep up and shit. Yeah.
Like the other day, he wanted to buy some V-Bucks. He like, yeah, I want to buy some V-Bucks. I'm like, how much are they? He like, $40. I'm like, how much you got? 45. I said, Adrian, no. I said, all your money's gone. You haven't worked. You haven't brought no more money in. So how you going to spend that money and now be left with $5? I said, you want to be left with $5 or you want $40? I said, you can maybe spend $10 on some V-Bucks, but still that's tapping into what you have saved. You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't worked. And then he was like, okay, I understand, Dad. So, but we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. We got like 2 more segments for y'all, and we'll be back. Okay. All right, y'all, we back. We're going to continue this
wholesome conversation.
Yeah, some of us are getting emotional.
Shout out to Tony.
Holding space for the fellas.
What?
I think it's a good conversation.
Nah, it's a great conversation.
Yeah, it's a healthy conversation.
It's conversations that we need to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially as black men.
Yeah, you don't gotta hold this shit. And I say this when I do these finance events, I start off with saying, hey, we need to have these conversations. We in a safe space. So have them. Find somebody you can have these conversations with.
You know what's crazy? Because when you say that, it just led me to politics for some reason. But in my mind, I wonder if we are kind of conditioned to not talk about certain things we need to talk about just from how the country is as a culture.
No, because I don't think it's that. I mean, I think culture and society has something to do with it, but it also comes with, hey, like, you don't tell nobody what's going on inside your house.
There's that part.
Because, you always got to save face. You got to keep up with the Joneses
that part
and shit.
I mean, it's another side of it, too, though, because, like, it's enough going on where I don't even be wanting to think about that shit when I'm on my regular chill time. You know what I'm saying? Like, because my wife is in politics, heavy, professionally. If I don't have to be involved, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have to have that conversation, I'm not trying to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Because I'm having that conversation so much.
Every day.
Every day at home. So it's like, bro.
Did she watch Jubilee?
No.
I'm going to send you a, never, I don't know if I should, but.
Send it, fuck it.
It's one independent versus 20 conservatives, and they have a conversation back and forth. He talks to 20 different conservatives, and when I say that shit is like mind blowing, it's mind blowing.
I'll watch it first and then see if it's something I should get.
Yeah, I was about to say I'll send it to you, so I don't know if you want her watching that.
Yes.
But T, what's our next question?
The next question is, how did the relationships you witnessed as a child affect you as an adult?
Wait, before, sorry, I didn't cut you off. Did we all answer like what we learned about ourselves? From.
Oh yeah, my family. They tell me I'm talking. Like, and then it's like people I know. They always come up and say, "Yo, Jeff, you're an asshole." It's like, all right, I get it. But you learn how to like pull that back, right?
All right, so go ahead.
So I've learned how to like pull back, like my brass personality or whatever the case may be. So it comes from, for me, it stems from my family, like my entire family.
Okay, for me,
it's not
just
one said person.
To answer the question, because I think you answered yours.
Yeah.
My first serious relationship, I learned, because I went from being in high school, I was like 190. Went from 190 like 350.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why I said okay.
That particular person accepted me at 350.
Word.
And when I got tired of being 350, I went from 350 to like 240.
Okay.
And then you changed up and left her. That's how that nigga.
Essentially,
That's
yes.
how I know.
Yeah, damn.
But I realized some things about myself. I realized, you know, attention was a thing for me at the time. I realized that I was a little manipulative. Just a bunch of things.
You were manipulative at 3.
No, when I lost the weight, I was all right. So being 350, of course, I wasn't the most attractive. So I had to learn how to talk.
Okay.
I got really good at talking. Combine that now with someone who just went from 350 to 240 and pretty much got a 6-pack and muscular. I know how to talk. Okay. So now I know that I know how to talk, and I know that I look good. So now I'm abusing that.
Okay, I get where you're going.
You get what I'm saying? I'm abusing that to manipulate people who I know don't think they're the most attractive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I knew I was coming into a space like, it goes back to that conversation with the ugly chick.
Yeah.
I know she knows she ugly. So now she has me and she's like, I need to do everything I need to do to keep him.
She just happy to be here.
Exactly.
So your toxic trait is or was being manipulative.
Yes.
Okay. And
Which one? It was or it currently is?
Was.
Okay.
I don't think I'm in that space anymore.
Okay.
I think I'm in the space of like, I want what I want. In that, when I was in that space, you never know who's going to take things to a certain extent. It's like, okay, in my mind, I'm playing this game, but to this other person, this shit is not a game.
Yeah.
And it's like, you played with me, and now there are repercussions because you played with me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I've had several different experiences to where like things could have led to people being hurt and or in jail type of situations.
Right.
Gotcha.
So after a while, I just got, you know.
Tony was out here catfishing.
But yeah, I think that was my toxic trait I learned about myself. That, well, it was really just realizing that I had a issue with attention. I thought I didn't want it, but I did.
Yeah. Because you didn't have it when you were at 3.
No, actually, it stemmed from my childhood.
Gotcha.
There was moments where like I spoke and I felt like no one was listening.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest experience, the one experience that sticks out in my mind to this day, I remember my cousin, and I understand now, but back then I didn't. I had a cousin that asked my grandmother, he didn't ask, but he was like, I never seen $100 before. And she gave him the $100. So I'm like, well, shit, I ain't never seen $100 before. And she was like, get out my face.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it was like, why he get the $100 and I didn't get the $100?
Yeah.
Not realizing though that I lived with her because my father was booked at the time. But I lived with her, and like I said earlier, I got everything I wanted.
Yeah.
Never wanted for nothing. She literally takes care of me.
Takes care of me.
But at the time, seeing that exchange,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like, oh, he must be your favorite.
Right.
So
But that's why, to Jeff's point earlier, a small conversation should have been had. You know what I'm saying? Like, your grandmother should have said, hey, you get $100 from me every day in the form of blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And he don't, so I wanted him to see that. You feel me?
Right.
Like, just, even if you don't agree with it, just offer some level of understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So,
that I realized that's where that attention
comes from. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
I also think that, like, the older generation, we're taught not to question them or, you know, ask questions, or is looked at as us being defiant.
Right.
So, yeah, you know, so.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that spirit about you.
Yeah.
The devil man.
What we got next?
Yeah. Next topic
I'm about to call
is,
Leah for a second.
how did the relationships that you witnessed as a child affect you as an adult with romantic relationships and friendships? I want to read that again. How did the relationships that you witnessed as a child affect you as an adult with romantic relationships and friendships?
Okay, I'm gonna go first if y'all don't mind. So I got to see two versions. I'm sorry. I got to see two versions of love when it comes to romantic side because, like I said earlier, by my pops being booked, I stay with my grandmother. She's older. She's in a marriage with a man that's older than her. So I got to see old school,
yeah.
I guess you would say in a sense. Then once my pops came home, got his shit together, I moved with him and my stepmom, I seen young love.
Yeah.
So to answer the question in that perspective of romantic, I have old tendencies, but I had toxic young tendencies, if that makes sense. In the sense of like, when my pops used to get mad, he watched the show. Sorry, Dad. He would throw the phone. So cause he didn't hit women. So when my stepmother would make him mad, I literally, like, no bullshit. I'm on the phone with a girl, you feel me? But finally got her. Like, yeah, sure, they arguing. He's like, where the fucking phone at?
He come looking for the phone.
I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm gonna have to call you back, shorty. Yo, there you go. Snap! Breaks the fucking phone. Like, I'm like, oh shit, like, that's and I thought, too, the arguing that happened, that made you love me.
Okay. That's what love looked like. Yeah.
And because I actually never saw my grandparents, like, when I think about it, I never saw my grandparents argue. I've never seen them argue.
Yeah.
But when my dad and my stepmom, yes. I remember she grabbed the steering wheel. Like, that shit with Kevin Hart, when he said that shit was so funny to me. Because I experienced that shit.
Yeah.
So,
that's funny.
But friendship-wise, sometimes I thought I was too loyal.
Yeah.
I thought I was too, like, one of the biggest disappointments, my neighbor, I was really cool with her. I fucked with her. And I would do anything she asked me to do. I don't know why. Every time she got a boyfriend, I got cool with these niggas. I don't know why, but them niggas thought I was the coolest nigga. So this one particular day, she invited me to a cookout, and her nigga is there. But I noticed everybody is in this space, and she's over there. And I'm like, why the fuck she out there? Da-da-da. So the nigga come up, yo, I don't even know why you fuck with her. What? I don't know why you fuck with her. She be talking about how she ignore you when you come knock at the door. She be home, but she be acting like she not home. Like, he started breaking shit down, and I was just like, fuck. Like, okay. Like, maybe I'm too loyal. So those are my
that nigga was butthurt. It wasn't you. That was him.
But I just was like,
I'm telling you.
I was really fucked up about it because I'm like, yo, I would never do no shit like that to you.
No, I feel that, but you got to look at the motive. Why would he say that to you?
I mean, you're absolutely right in a sense, but I don't know, because at the time it's like literally every boyfriend she ever had was cool with me.
Right.
Like, they was always cool with me. But, you know, that was that situation. But y'all go ahead.
I think I guess, in like the stem of like relationship, I think all relationships stem from what's in the house. So like, you know, like, that's the reason why you buy the soap you buy, or whatever the case may be. But the relationship,
the soap,
the detergent,
no, you're right.
It all comes from like, in the house. So the first point of reference are your parents.
Absolutely, yeah.
So for me, it was, you know, that was the first thing I saw. My parents separated when I was 3, like Christmas.
Yeah,
on Christmas.
It was like,
you remember that?
Hell fucking yeah.
Damn.
Remember the show.
I may not remember everything, but nigga, when they knock at the door and they ask for your dad and they go, hey, you gotta get your stuff. You only got a few minutes.
Boys came.
Yeah.
Oh,
my mom had them removed, my nigga. Yeah. So
that's why you remember that shit.
Yeah, you don't forget that shit.
The whole traumatic. You remember trauma.
You remember trauma.
Yes.
So it comes from that, and then like, to your point, like, you think that arguing and shit is love.
It's normal. Yeah.
And then it's not. You realize that it's not. So if I use my parents as a base of saying, oh, okay, this, and it's like, but it's got to be another side to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I see that other side, or I'll see, you know, like your friends, because you only have a few friends that got both parents. That's, again, because you only going to associate yourself with people that's alike.
Right.
So you take like glimpses from what you see, like, oh, okay. But then you start to grow up, and then you just reimagine what you then want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so for me, if But I'll say this, to my parents' point, once they got divorced, they put all their shit to the side for the kids. They was like, hey, I don't give a fuck what we went through.
Right.
We gotta make sure we show up for these kids. So my parents till this day can be in the same room. We still spend holidays together. Like that shit is completely normal in my world. But somebody be like, hey, that shit ain't normal. I like, damn, y'all folks don't do that.
Right.
But for me, it's normal. So like my parents like start from like that is the crux of where I got the development of relationships, and then I just grew to something that I wanted.
Yeah.
And then like I guess it's go ahead.
No, I was gonna keep on.
And then for friendships, it's
That's what I was getting to. Yeah.
so we can already tell. I don't have a bunch of friends, all right? But there's only one friendships that I see that like lasts the test of time. It's my brother and his best friend, right? And the best friend, I'm not gonna like put out names, but he's like a very published author, like a very published author, New York New York
Times best-selling author.
That shit. Got that. Don roasted from Marvel, a whole bunch of shit. But their relationship started when they were like 6. So you know, before I was born and shit. So like they've been super friends. And then like when my brother, when he was like up, he took care of, you know, him while he was like starting, you know, his writing and getting signed, getting his deals and shit like that. You know, going through the ups and downs of like being an author. And then now it's like switch.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I got you. And that shit don't change. And we were just talking about it like last week. That shit don't change. And I had to like salute and give my hat to that. It's like, bro, like this dynamic y'all got, this shit is fire.
It's fire, yeah. Because you don't see it a lot.
Yeah, it's like, I don't give a fuck how high I may think I am. I know where I was and you was there, and then vice versa. And so, like, that shit is friendship for me at the highest level.
To Reese's point, why don't you think we see it a lot?
Because it's to the point. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
All right, I think it's to that point that you touched on earlier when you was like, "Oh, I'm going through my shit,"
right?
And it's like, "Yo, come out Vegas," and it's like, "Nah, like I can't." And so then we get to distancing ourselves. We get to getting in our way, and then why we can't be friends because the person that's up. What I've come to realize, you just want genuine people around you, so, and then I see you as a genuine person.
But I mean, I'm gonna be a little more primal than that. As men, it's about pride and ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I hate to even dumb shit down to that point, but it's the truth. Like, just like to Tony's point earlier, like segments ago, when your money fucked up and your man and he up, and you know that you're not where you want to be, and you holding him as like he's the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the standard that's being set, and I don't meet that standard, so I need to withdraw and go get my shit together. That's pride. That's ego. Okay. Like that's like
I'm gonna say
like
this.
Very literally. That's what it is.
I'm gonna say this because you're right. That's one aspect of it, and the second for me, I don't know if this is for anybody else. My pops taught me. He used to tell me like, "There's no reason for you to ever be jealous of a nigga." Right? Because you could go out here and do the same thing and maybe even be better than the person that's doing it. Even though that's not my thought process. But that's what I grew up in.
Yeah.
So for me, I never wanted to develop any type of jealousy.
Right.
Or envious, you know, because most people don't know, and y'all might disagree with me, but jealousy and envy is two different things.
I was about to say that, but I didn't want to cut you off. Actually, I had that exact thought in my head.
Yeah, so jealousy and envy is because jealousy is for people out there. Jealousy is normally rooted in you don't want this person to have.
Jealousy is malicious.
Right. Envy is more so you're not mad at someone having something, but you
just
also,
want what they got.
Yeah, you want what they got.
You want what they got, and there's nothing wrong with that because you can use that as motivation to get what it is you after. It's just. That shouldn't impede relationships. Like when relationships, to me, this is just my opinion, when relationships are genuine, envy should not be a factor inside a relationship. And if it is a factor, it's not a genuine relationship.
Hold on. Yeah. Before you, do women experience that? Do you think women experience that?
Experience.
What we're talking about. In the sense of when y'all money fucked up, y'all don't want to be around your friends or not trying to develop a sense of enviness. How you say? Envy. Yes, sorry. Or jealousy, like.
For me personally, I can't speak for all women. I can only speak for myself. I don't experience envy when it pertains to my friends, their money, or their success. I think the only time that I may measure myself up to someone else financially is when I'm in a relationship with them romantically. Then I may feel some sort of pressure to maybe withdraw and then get my shit together. But I've never had all of my friends, for the most part, have some sense of success. And no matter where I've been in that journey, I've never felt like I had to isolate myself from them because they may be doing better than me. Because my friends always bring me along to try to uplift me in some way. And that's the foundation of true friendship, in my opinion. But I've never experienced jealousy because somebody's doing better than me. I've always promoted my friends to do better in whatever respective area that they're in their life.
Okay. So women do it differently.
So I can attest to that because, like, I mean, I'm not a woman, but like paying attention to the women around me and like in my life, you see more versions of what genuine and disingenuous friendships look like with women, right? And what I mean by that is women don't hold their cards the way with each other the way men do, right? You might not never know how I really feel about you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, not saying you, Jack, but I'm just saying as man to man, you might not know my disdains that I have because there's no need for me to sit here and tell you what I don't fuck with about you. I just live in my interactions with you. Women don't do that shit. Women that I've witnessed, and I'm not speaking for all women, just in my experience, when they don't fuck with another woman, you see that they don't fuck with that woman. But when they fuck with a woman, you see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see, it's nothing they won't do. I don't give a fuck if she got $1, she got $1,000. They got $1,001 together. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they act like that. Both of them. Not the one that's up, not the one that's down. They both act like that. And it's not a thing where it's like, shorty, I know if I ain't got it and she got it, we both gonna act like we both got it. And I see that with women way more than I see that with men. And it's like, it's a spectacle to me. It's almost like, God damn, I wish I could be like that with a nigga, but I can't be like that with a nigga. Like, if I got it and you don't, it's only so many times I got you.
I think the issue with men most of the times, we don't really meet a lot. Not that we don't meet, but it's hard to decipher because of how logical we are. It's hard to decipher who is really here for us and who really isn't.
Right.
So it's like when you're trying to figure that aspect of it out, you kind of create this narrative in your mind like, oh, I can't say this, or I can't I can't do this because this might be lame.
Right.
This might be fucked up. Whatever the case may be. This is the concept, like this is the thought process in this sense. You get what I'm saying? Because like you said earlier, if you got 1,000 and I got $1, we got 1,001.
Yeah.
But with men, it's
I got 1,000, you got $1, so you might have 100, and I got 900.
But then on top of that, it's also too the logical thought process, or maybe the insecurity. Let's speak more to the insecurity. It's probably more to the insecurity of now you starting to think everything this nigga do is trying to shit on you.
Yeah. Hey, it goes back to it's the pride and ego.
That's pride and ego.
But
that's ego.
Okay.
That's men. As a man, that's our biggest downfall is our pride and ego, bro.
But I'm telling you, that's the thought process.
Yeah, no,
everything
it is.
a nigga start doing, you thinking a nigga trying shit like. So I'm like, damn, Jeff, I got this. You feel me? Look, Jeff. So you thinking like, damn, why the fuck you keep showing me this watch? But why the fuck you keep showing me this watch, bro?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you bought the fucking Cartier watch, cool, whatever. And then it starts turning to that. But go ahead.
And I'm using like my brother and his best friend for like a prime example. It's like, bro, but they had these moments of vulnerability. How vulnerable are you willing to get with this quote unquote best friend that you have?
Most niggas not.
Because that will like help out the relationship where like that shit don't matter, or you're saying, oh, hey, I got it. If I got 1,000, hey bro, we got 1,000, bro.
Yeah.
Let it be known. What we doing tonight? Where we going? We going to the casino? Let's rock out. We got $1,000 to like play with, bro. Like that's the shit that I see like every time.
But I think also too the.
And I know like their relationship.
But the friend who got $1, with men, the dude who has $1, is probably not going to tell a nigga who got 1,000 that all he has is $1.
No, I'm saying,
He's just not
in
gonna come out.
general, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying how I believe that a friendship should be is like, hey, nigga, but if we friends, I already know you don't have it.
No, that's real.
Yeah, for the most
If
part.
we
that's
real friends, I already
you already know your situation. You ain't got to say
you ain't
something.
gotta say
But the issue is though, as the friend that doesn't have it, how secure are you within yourself
To say it.
Because again, now the problem is some people start creating narratives in their minds that don't really exist. So it's like, yeah, Jeff got the band, I got the dollar. Now everything Jeff do, it kind of looks like you trying to shit on me.
No,
I'm saying you're not. That's not what
but
you're doing.
you can't let that seep in.
No,
I
I'm
get
saying
what you're saying.
I'm just saying that's some people's thought process.
But that
That's a lot of
shouldn't be.
people thought.
That's a lot of men.
That's insecurity.
That's the insecurity.
It is.
Because you gotta
That's a lot of
heal
people's thought
yourself
process,
because
though.
you should already know how we are as friends. And
Yeah.
like how like yo,
That's
I
why
got
you don't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Like this is why. Because
Yeah,
and that's fair. Like that's a very fair position to take. Because most people aren't secure enough to be real with themselves first.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you gotta be real with you first. It's
Right.
like back to the other question. You have to know you
Yeah.
before anybody else can know you. You have to know you.
Absolutely.
and I want to say this like to the point like the guy with the dollar. It's like I'm not solely dependent on
Right.
$1,000 for you to like take care. I want to like make sure because you still got to get out here. You still got to grind. You still got to hold your weight. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, if we friends and we rocking, bro, I got you.
Yeah, but I just think the reality is because we've seen these scenarios play out 1,000 times, especially like in the drug game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, why
That's
is
the
the
reality.
person that killed the other person is because we came up in this game together,
Yeah.
and you shining, I'm not.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling some kind of way about you shining now. Because I'm telling you, the thought process is niggas is turning things that you think is just trying to motivate people.
Yeah.
They're turning it into something else.
But it don't even just gotta be like drug. You can go to the book, Cain and Abel. It's whoever getting the attention.
Yeah, whoever getting the attention.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand, like, that person just may be charismatic and who they are. You can't be upset because a motherfucker is charismatic or they know they shit because you don't know your shit.
you don't
You
know
know what I'm
your
saying?
shit.
Like, that's
At the end of the day, if we friends, bro, it ain't nothing for us to be jealous about. It ain't nothing for us to be.
No, that's in the
about.
perfect world, absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, I just think
That's why I always say, you know, I have friends, but most people are just niggas I know.
Mhm.
I have friends, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time, it's just niggas I know because I don't even. That might be my toxic trait.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I see any sign of immaturity or insecurity in a nigga, in a man, get the fuck from around me because that shit will be your detriment.
Yeah, anybody will tell you like they like LJ don't like friends. And I had a shorty like tell me one time, she was like, yo, you don't have no friends, but you always call your family. And for me, like my family
Yeah.
are like my friends. So like if I use like this, like now I hold this word friend near and dear. It's like, bro, I'm not just coming out the blue saying like friend and shit, because for me it's a deeper meaning to it.
Right.
as it should be.
Because we locked in, like, and it ain't no jealousy, ain't no envy. I mean, you at a clean space, bro. I'm giving you grace. I want that same grace.
Right.
Like, we here.
Yeah,
so it's
right.
like, whoever I let in this bubble, it's like, nigga, you not going nowhere.
Yeah. Nah, facts. Facts.
And we're like,
Big facts.
I'm too old for the insecurity and the things of the games. Like, you want me to do for you, you're not. Oh no, we good. Like that's why I say, like that's why to the earlier point, bro. If I call you and you don't pick up or you don't give me that like call back, bro, like it only take once for me, like because
Which is, I mean, I get it too because
that's why now that would make sense.
yeah. I mean, because at the age we are now, I think we're at that age now, especially you, Reece. Not to say that you old.
I'm old.
But-
nigga. I'm old, nigga.
We're not trying to play with our time or our intentions.
I'm
so
not
it's
going
like,
to school no more
I don't
than,
got
like,
time. I don't got
yeah.
time for time. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
I ain't got
Nah.
time for time. Yeah, like,
Fuck that.
that's a quote right there. Yeah, that's
Like,
a
bro,
bar.
I don't got time for time.
It's like niggas is not trying to play with their intentions.
Nope.
We trying to, okay, if this is why you're here. This is what you're here for. This is what we're doing.
That
the moment you go this way with that, this is over.
that part. I'm in goal achieving season, bro. Like real shit. That's where I'm at. I'm out of look. I'll still play my PlayStation sometimes at 2 in the morning when I got shit else to do. But I'm in goal achieving season,
as you
bro.
should
So
be.
get the fuck out my way.
Okay, so I got a quick question. So expectations. Do we put the expectation on others for them to be who we are to them? Because you have different friends for different shit.
Yes.
No, I don't do that.
All friends are not the same.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you may
I
have
was just thinking about that point too,
Yeah,
though. When
so
you was talking a minute
I
ago.
wanna talk about that.
So before we end it here, I'm gonna say yes, right? Not us per se, but I think majority of the population, they do put their expectations on the people because of who they are.
Because
It's
of who
like,
they are.
if I'm loyal to you, I expect you to be loyal to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I only expect you to be who you are.
And
all right, so
absolutely.
that's all I look for in people.
How much time we got left?
1 minute, 2 seconds.
Oh my God! Let me get this off real quick. I was on an Instagram post with Charleston White. Somebody posted Charleston White because he was snitching. I said, gang, that's exactly what he does. That's what
who
he
he
tells
is.
you
So expect
he
that
does.
shit from him.
This person said, well, that doesn't make it right. I said, the game is the game. I don't think the game ever been played without snitches. And I believe that it's never a matter of time of if, but when it comes to the game. He was like, you don't need to lecture me. I don't understand why people condone it. All right, y'all, we back. This nigga. That's our last and final segment. What we got next, T?
Next we have how has money
I made this question for Jeff.
Yes, this is directed towards Jeff. How has money affected your relationship with family, friends, and spouses or significant others?
I'm pretty sure you know the statistics on this.
Well, the number one cause of divorce is finances.
Finances.
Financial infidelity.
There you go. I think
Financial infidelity.
like once you come into money, it doesn't change you. It just enhances who you are.
Whoever you are, I
That's
agree
true.
with that.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
So it's like you have these thoughts in your head. Oh, when I get this money, I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And once you get it, you just enhance that. But it also just enhances the character of who you are, or the character traits that you have that you just like hidden.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that.
So I don't think it like changes you, but it does then affect the relationship because how we said it's like, oh nigga, I got $1,000. You only got $1. Fuck out of here.
Fuck outta here.
It's like I got $1,000. You got $1. But then that's just bringing out who you are.
Yeah. Yo, hold on. Leah hates when I bring this shit up,
Okay.
but I talk about the Monopoly game.
You do talk about the Monopoly.
Brr,
game.
brr, brr, brr.
I couldn't even finish this. Damn, bro, another Monopoly story.
No, it's the same one.
It's the same one.
Yeah.
But
So pretty much, there was a study done where they brought people in and they played Monopoly.
Yeah.
And they manipulated the game. So it's like if me and you went to play Monopoly, they may have given you more edge than me.
Than you.
So what they were trying to, what the study was trying to see was how you act
Yeah.
during the game.
Yeah.
So what they found is when they had snacks out, people ate more. The people who was up winning, my fault. The people who was up winning ate more of the snacks.
Okay.
They started talking crazy.
Yeah.
They started like, I'm like, why can't you catch up? Like, what's
Yeah.
going on? Like, work harder. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So that's why I always bring the aspect up. Is just that naturally people who make more tend to speak to others who don't make what they make
A little
a
different.
little different.
But that's just
That's their character though. I was they was
yeah.
that's who they was before they got there.
I mean,
You all-
it speaks to Jeff point.
yeah, you are who I believe you are who you are before you know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
you was who you was when you got here.
And so, like, given that I deal with money, so I see it like in this space of finance, bro. You know who has it.
Mm-hmm.
You know the people that have it, and you know that. Like for me, I can tell who's pretending, like,
Right.
and who's doing all that front running stuff, and saying, "Oh."
And when you say that, what you mean by pretending?
like pretending that they have money,
Ah.
right? Or like they doing it just to like keep up.
To keep
Okay.
up, yeah.
But the ones that really got it,
They don't look like it.
some do.
Some do.
Some do.
So
They'll-
Jeff, what are the signs of people who have
Break it
money
down.
versus
Break it down,
people
Jeff.
that don't? What are some signs that you see?
They don't gotta let you know it.
That part.
That's the number one sign. Is they're not trying to let you know it.
That's what I meant when I was like, they don't look like it. That's what I meant.
Like
so like working in the casino, I see it. I got motherfuckers who come in and gamble with a couple hundred, a couple thousand. I got a dude coming there every day with $100,000. You know what I'm saying? He coming there daily with $100,000 to gamble, and he walking around with an AP on his wrist. It has not a diamond in it. It's straight steel colored. You know, it's a plain $17,000 watch. Yep. Plain Jane with a polo shirt that has no logo on it, but the stitching is highest quality Italian stitching that you can have. You know what I'm saying? He walk around with $700 on his back, but he looked like he just left Walmart. You know what I'm saying? But the nigga who coming in, and I can see him coming before he turned the corner, he got all of his money in his pocket. Literally, everything he owns is in his left pocket.
So I learned that working at Nordstrom's.
Yeah.
I remember they used to have this one guy that came in. He used to come in shorts, like literally shorts, a t-shirt, but he had a plain Jane Rollie on. Yeah. You feel me? Flip flops.
Yeah.
And he was
spinning. They love flip flops.
Yeah, they love flip flops.
Rich people love flip flops. They got to be something about having your toes out with the thong between them. It gotta make you feel rich. I guess.
I ain't impressed nobody.
Listen. So, I can't have no thong between my toes, bro.
It was that.
Oh, I know Saki to death with some thongs. I'm trying to like teach myself how to walk so it don't flap up and hit my head.
So you sound like a chick. Yeah, I got you. And then I remember another experience with this guy that came in. Yo, I like suits.
Yeah.
I mean, I only own 2, but
I hate suits, but go ahead.
So do I.
This suit was sharp. His suit was sharp. Yeah. It was like a fucking. I mean, most hood niggas would say purple,
right?
But I would say more like lavender.
Yeah,
it was nice. It was a really nice suit, and I was like, excuse me, sir, like that's a nice suit. Where you get it from? And he was like, oh, it's Gucci.
Yeah,
and I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
And he opened up the flap. You see the little Gucci sign, and that right there, I'm like, damn, niggas, like you said earlier, niggas that look at that, niggas just a regular suit, but the whole time he done dropped some bread on that shit.
$2,500 jacket on, you feel me? Yeah. Like,
and it's like,
just look regular to the motherfucker.
You start to see it once you, like, you'll see it, like, just sit calm. Like,
yeah.
I don't care where you go.
That's real.
Whether you go to the bar, whatever they can, just sit calm and you gonna see who.
You can tell who got it, right? Yeah. The person who got it, they don't. Most of the time, they don't want you to know they have it.
It's too much attention.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a flex. I know the second wealthiest black man in the state of Maryland. I know him personally because he gambled a lot. So like we've developed a relationship over the last 10 years where we speak to each other, we text each other. And I'm telling you.
You need a financial advisor?
I'll support a podcast.
I'll link you.
Would you like to support an up-and-coming podcast?
I live on the shameless plug. I live on the shameless plug because I am not shameless about it. I don't give a fuck. I would plug anybody, anywhere, anytime. But
I'm not going to lie, though, before you finish your thought, it's too many, like, that should be blowing my mind. It's too many connecting dots, but go ahead.
Nah, we good. But my point being, and it's just reiterating the same point, when he walks in the room, my man has on the same white pair of canvas shoes, don't know what brand they are. He wears Docker shorts. He might have a polo. He might have a button up with the top button open. He look like he has no care in the world. But you don't see what, you know what I'm saying? Like you would never know how much he's actually worth or what he has in either of his pockets at any given moment. But his wife, you see it on her. You feel me? Which is okay because you know what I'm saying? That's their life. You see it on her and that's her thing. She like flashy. That's her thing. And I believe that if I ever got to that point, I would be like that because I'm like that. I've always been like that. You know what I'm saying? And
I ever get millions no, not ever. When I get fucking
there we go. Speaking.
Yeah, I would wear the most basic shit.
Yeah, no, that's me, bro. I'm a t-shirt
nigga. I might even grow I'm bald. I might even grow my fucking hair out and have the George Jefferson, my nigga. Like, niggas won't be able to tell me shit.
That part.
Like, what the fuck?
That part. Nah, my goal, one of my goals is to not have to put clothes on. Like real shit. Like that's one of my goals, yo. To not have to get dressed up and do shit.
Yeah, like this money shit is interesting. So, like, you know, when I say courtside, right? So like it's a guy that like sits in front of us, like, right? His family provided the gravel that built Tyson's Corner down in Virginia.
Yeah.
Right? like his family sold the land that started Columbia.
Yeah.
His family built, and then and some of it is him too, but I'm just saying the family helped build. I think it's the east, or it's either the east or west. I can't really remember of Ocean City.
Okay.
Like, and it's like, if you were to see him, you would like, it'd be like, bro, if he take his hat off, you'd be like, damn, bro, he may be panhandling, I might put $1 in it. But he is one of the wealthiest people in the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like,
that's how it should be.
And it's like, yo, like, he just be chilling.
And I mean, I've seen people like that, but I would look at, I don't mean to cut you off, but I wonder about, like, I always think, like, well, what's their quality of life like? Not necessarily what they have, because they can go buy whatever they want.
And I'm just saying in this instance, happy as a mother.
As a mother, well, that's great. Well,
yeah, because I think once you get to a certain status of wealth, I think it just becomes I think money is a tool at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely.
And this is just him that I can like speak up.
And I'm thinking in my own mindset, all right, so Tony, when you get your money, what are you doing? What's the first thing you're doing? I ain't gonna hold you. Like, let's just say I hit the lottery and I won like 100 million, right? Would I fuck up $1 million? Absolutely.
Immediately.
You fuck up more than that.
I'm fucking up $1 million.
I'm fucking up $1 million in my brain right now.
Yeah. But for the most part, I know a lot of the money that I spend is going to be based in comfort. Mm-hmm. In the sense of being, and when I say comfort, I don't mean like comfort like the nicest couch in the world. I mean comfort in like, okay, son, you don't have to worry. I mean, yes, but you don't have to worry about what school you want to go to. Matter of fact, if you don't want to go to school, you want to figure yourself out. Yeah, you can do that.
You can do that.
Or best friend, you don't gotta work that job no more. Here, take some money, go travel the world, see the world for a little bit, and then figure out what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I want to make money.
I feel like
I'm just gonna push back on a little bit of it being the lottery, right? Lottery winners go broke.
No.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because they go broke within like 5 years.
Yeah, that's statistically proven. Yeah, 3 to 5 years.
But I'm just saying, if I had the money right now, that's what I would.
So like, I've actually made a list of who I would give what to. Like, and in my mind, like, if I ever just happenstance hit the lottery, $100 million lottery, right, whatever. And whatever payout structure I take, I leave with $100 million in my mind. I know who I'm throwing a party and I'm handing out checks at this party. And that's
one-time check.
One-time check.
And based on who you are to me, hey, you might get $1 million, you might get 100,000, you might get 15,000. You know what I'm saying? But and it's based on who you are to me. Yeah. But that's what you're doing. And I've always said I would buy like a compound and put my family on, and then I'm going and I'm living.
I also think that like when you make that kind of money, I think you do what makes you happy. And for me, I enjoy taking care of people.
Yeah, me too. That's my shit. Acts of service is one of my love languages.
Like when if y'all saw what happened on the news with where I work at, when we was getting that money, that's what I was doing with my money. It wasn't necessarily spending my money completely.
This is still open, allegedly.
Allegedly. But when I was getting my money, that's what I was doing.
His money that he worked hard for. Like that money when
18 hours a day.
We're not talking about the other money that allegedly was frivolously like giving out. Just want to clear that up.
But
allegedly.
Thank you. Just also a lawyer.
I got you, brother.
It's like when my best friend would call me and have a problem, like, yeah, I'm about to go to this thing, I got this dress, here, boom, take this money. Shorty called me, listen, son need this, here, boom, take this money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what I got enjoying. Yeah. Like, I think during that time, the best experience I had was buying something for my grandmother. Not saying I never bought her nothing, but something that she had been talking about that she didn't think nobody was going to get for her. Right. And seeing the look on her face. Right. That shit was like...
everything.
One time, can you repeat the question?
Yes. Question is, how has money affected your relationships with your family, friends, spouses, and or significant others.
All right, so the lack of money, we know that's when everything starts changing.
Yeah.
Because it's that pressure to provide. And coming from a male's perspective, it's
Yes.
that pressure to provide. So, like, if you ain't got it, that stress going on. We can think of, like, Everybody Hates Chris. What was it?
Julius, yeah.
You know, he was always, quote unquote, penny pinching, right? And it was just like the stress to make sure you can provide for your family. But that survival mode is then passed down to your kids. So
Absolutely.
it's like, bro, living in survival mode sucks.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that you can do to get out of survival mode, save a couple dollars, whatever you can do, so like you're not in survival mode, because you quick to react and you quick to fight in survival mode and stuff.
You know what's funny to me? You use that Everybody Hates Chris Julius example.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. I've had the money conversation and looking at Everybody Hates Chris, but I always look at the wife.
My husband got 2 jobs.
My husband.
That's her favorite line. My husband got 2 jobs. She don't give a fuck.
I don't need this dog.
I don't need this. They had a whole episode where all she did was quit jobs. Like, and I remember the episode where all she did was quit jobs the entire episode, because I don't need this job. My husband got 2 jobs.
He got 2 jobs.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know people. I know people who live like that. You feel me? Like I know women who don't give a fuck what go on because they nigga got them. And I'm like, there has to be one comforting to her, but it got to be high anxiety to him.
Stress, bro.
Because you have to live up to that 8 days a week. Like, you have to be that person. Bro, because you got to be that shit every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that becomes a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, as a man, and that's the shit that we don't talk about. Like, I can't go to my woman and say, hey, you got to give a fuck, because, yeah, I got 2 jobs, but I'm tired of working this hard. You can't say that, because as soon as you say that shit, you look like you're less than who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's one of them things, and I don't know if that's going back to the male pride and ego part of it, or has she created a pedestal that's hard to live up to.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because it's like, yo,
It's a bit of both.
I think it is a bit of both.
And I don't think it's just male. So I'll speak from my personal experience. So my previous relationship, I was in a relationship with an accountant. She made 6 figures. I did not.
Right.
So she also felt that pressure to provide, because she's the breadwinner in the relationship. So she like, this shit, bitch, this shit stressful, because you know your money is here and my money is covering everything. So I think it's just whoever in a relationship at the time is making the most money, they feel the most pressure, because they have to fill in the gaps of the shit that you baby essentially can't do. Right. So yeah.
Nah, that's real shit.
Yeah.
There also needs to be like communication.
Yo, absolutely.
Like, even
that's everything.
Yeah, I think I touched on like finance being like the #1 reason for divorce.
Hold on, Jeff.
Yes. Cut me off.
Yes. I just want to add this part. Communication with, what's the word I'm looking for?
Empathy? Sympathy?
No. It's when you understand.
Understanding.
Empathy.
But what's the other word for that?
Compassion.
Just say what you want to say.
No, you right. No, she right. I was trying to use another word, but yes, comprehension. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Communication with comprehension. Go ahead.
Okay.
So, if finance is the #1 reason for divorce, I like to push back on that and say, no, it's got to be communication. Because if you can communicate and you can talk through these problems, the finance, we already know we getting hit with it.
Right.
And we going to figure out a way together how to navigate through this.
No, I feel that.
Yeah, but at the same end of
that.
but also think about this too. At the other end of that, you have the person that you're communicating with has to be able to comprehend. I can talk to this fucking wall all day, but if the wall is not comprehending what I'm saying,
we're going to put you on the pattern one after that.
But I'm just saying that's how some people are.
That's real shit though. That's real shit.
Yeah, it's like I always say communication and comprehension have to go together, because I can communicate all day, but if you as a person are not understanding what I'm communicating with, you know what I'm saying? And everybody like.
But I'll say I think understanding is more important than comprehension, because I can comprehend and understand exactly what the fuck you saying to me. Doesn't mean that I empathize with your situation. I absolutely cannot offer a certain emotion that you may be looking for.
So it's a 3-step
people
process.
are selfish generally.
Yes.
Right.
So it's a
Because
3-step
I'm in the
process,
same
though.
nigga, but I want what I want when I want it, and I can be selfish.
Exactly.
So it's a
In that
so then
process.
again, so then you would have to say, and I agree with you. Then that means it's a 3-step process. It's communication,
Okay.
comprehension, and then empathy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Those 3 things have to exist within that.
They should exist.
Yes, for
Yeah.
the situation
They
to work.
should exist. And everybody,
If any of those components are missing, it's not gonna work.
a lot of failed marriages don't have those 3 things. Didn't have those 3 things.
Oh, they didn't have.
They didn't have those 3 things. Empathy is one of those. Empathy is like I compare empathy to playing golf. All right, it's the easy. Golf is the easiest game to understand. You hit a ball in the hole. That's it. It's the hardest game to master. And I've played multiple sports on multiple levels. Golf, because it's all technique. It's nothing about power. It's nothing about strength. It's nothing about how fast you are. It's technique. And as I compare it to relationships, because this is why you see 70-year-old like professional golf players, because it's a game that they're always trying to be better at, and that's what relationships are. That's what empathy is. Empathy is because empathy changes from person to person. All right, like me empathizing with you isn't the same as me empathizing with you, and because I have to meet you where you are for me to empathize with you, but then I have to be able to meet you where you are for me to empathize with you. But I'm one person, so you both have to meet me where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So relationships are so dynamic that we don't have a lot of space to put empathy in the proper places with people, which is why, going back to what we was talking about earlier, a lot of the shit that we deal with our children don't get discussed properly because it's hard for us as parents not to put ourselves where our kid is at, but for us to understand that they can't put themselves where we are. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, we got 9 minutes.
Okay, so listen, I'm about to fuck your head up with this question. Do you believe that people decide who they want to be empathetic with depending on how much they care about them?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think that's a natural thing, though.
Yeah, because
I think it's a natural thing because I don't mean to cut you off, but
go ahead.
the level of how much I fuck with you is going to determine how empathetic I am towards
Yeah.
you. Because you could be my coworker who I give a fuck about from 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? At 5:01, you mean shit to me. So my level of empathy for you ends at 4:59 and 59 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not going to be as empathetic with any woman as I am with my wife. Because she requires the majority of my empathy.
Yeah.
And that includes my mother. And I love my mother to death.
Right.
All right, like I am a mama's boy at 43 years old. I don't give a fuck who know it. I cannot give my mother the empathy I give my wife because my wife requires so much of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I only got but so much.
Right.
Like it's a tank. I have.
And
I have a tank.
I ask that because as I'm hearing you guys talk, I'm thinking to myself, it goes back. I remember I heard this on an episode of Oprah used to have this segment or this show called Love where they would talk to different couples.
Different couples. Yeah.
And I remember
remember
this
that.
gentleman had said, and it made so much sense when he said it. He said, people underestimate liking someone,
Absolutely.
right?
Oh, I'd be damned, man. That shit triggered me.
Yo, Jelly came back from nothing.
Hey,
He came back to life on that shit. I'll be damn.
when the motherfucker, oh, I love you, but I don't like you. I'd be like, nigga,
best
what? Yeah.
The best shit.
No, but the two so
Sorry, I got triggered.
no, you good.
Yeah.
But the two are different.
No, they
because
are.
I think love. When people say they love you, they feel obligated.
Love comes with tolerance.
Right.
Liking somebody don't.
Yeah.
And light come before love.
Yeah, but you don't. You crawl before you walk, but you don't crawl and walk.
Right.
Like you like somebody, you grow into loving them. It's very easy to not like the person you love.
Yes.
Love comes with obligation.
Yes.
Liking somebody does not.
So it's like, in a sense, think of it like this.
I mean, I get it. Keep going.
Yeah, like if your girl like, oh, babe, can you stop and get me some Chipotle? Alright, I love you, so I'm gonna stop and do it. Cause I say I love you. And I feel obligated that I have to do it. But I don't like doing it. I want to just go to straight the fuck home.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Don't, cause now once you lose that light aspect, right? Once you lose that, then it becomes like the obligation,
the obligation
job.
shit, yeah.
and shit
But it's
like
a
that.
lot of situations like that.
But you're not always gonna like a person. And like this is like
I'm saying if it's my hold on, I was making it like specific to like this.
No, even my significant other.
Yeah.
Yo, listen. Me and my wife been together for 13 years.
13.
We've been married
1-3.
for what? 8, 9? We got married in 06.
Okay.
2000.
I don't like her 8 days. I don't like her 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying?
You like her. And I just want everybody to know, like, this 8 days a week, this is Reece saying.
Yeah, that's my saying. I know it's not 8 days in a week.
You need to coin that.
I say 8 days a week because
Put it on a shirt.
Yeah, that's my
There
shit.
you go.
But my point being, because we around each other so much, we live together.
Yeah.
All right, we live together every day. We sleep together every night.
Yeah.
I'm not going to always like what she does. I might not always like the person she's showing up as in that moment. But because I love her, I'm able to, one, tolerate whatever space she's in.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to actually try to understand why she's in the space she's in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's what loving gets you.
Yeah.
But you're not going to like a person. Liking is temperamental. Love isn't temperamental.
Yeah.
Liking a person is temperamental. No matter what the relationship is, whether it's romantic or not.
So if I love you, right, it's like, oh, I love you enough to like stay in this house and not speak to you. Like, oh, you come to, oh, the bacon ready, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck out of it. Nah,
I mean,
bro, like,
yeah, so no, but
you
if
gotta
that,
keep the liking.
if that,
you gotta keep
you
the
should
liking.
always
You
keep
should,
that. No,
but that's
I
the
agree with you
reality.
100%.
Yeah.
You should always strive to keep the like relevant.
Yes.
All right, you should always strive to keep the like relevant.
And the reason why I say that is because like that's how it all started, right?
Right.
Like this is like the,
But at the same
foundation.
aspect-
The foundation of the relationship is built on
No,
light.
I get
Absolutely.
that. Yes, I get that.
Or lust.
So think of it like this. Hey,
I'm sorry.
think of it like this.
That's what happened.
Being Friday, it's 95 degrees. But listen, the love aspect of it is like, I love you enough to not go do something out here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, I don't really want to be home.
No, I like you enough to be home.
No, the love is what take you home.
Shit.
The like part is no. The like is
Shit.
different.
And like, nah.
You've never been in a
Like you
situation where you go home out of the obligation of love, but you really don't want to be there.
I mean, yeah, and like past shit.
So that's,
I mean, nigga, Tony Braxton told us love should have brought your ass home last night.
Right.
All right? Like Tony Braxton
Exactly.
told us that. So I get what Tony's saying. Love brings you home. Like makes you enjoy being home.
exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
There we go.
Yeah.
and that's what
Yeah.
I'm
That's
saying.
it.
You
That's
okay?
it.
Let's stay here.
That's
it.
good.
Let's stay here. I ain't about to
I
be-
like going home.
That was good.
I ain't gonna hold you. I like going home. My
Bro,
house
like-
fun.
That was good.
And it's like, yo, I like being here.
It's a booty.
I'm enjoying this shit. And then like I'm taking a step further. You know what? I love being here. Like I don't think you can separate the two, or they should be separated.
No, the two are different. I'm telling you, the two are different.
I think they.
I've experienced it. The two are different.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not
speaking from
gonna do
experience.
what I do because I said I love you.
Okay.
That's why I'm not doing what I'm doing. It doesn't mean I don't like.
No, so that's my point. Loving you comes with an obligation. Because
Right.
I'm telling you I love you, I am obligated.
I am obligated.
I'm obligated to number one, respect your feelings.
I get that part.
All right, I'm obligated to hold a certain standard of myself because I love you.
Yeah.
Right? And because if I don't hold that standard of myself, I'm disrespecting you even if you ain't around me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, but liking you liking you makes loving you easy. All right, when I like you, liking you makes the act of loving you enjoyable to do.
And it
Right.
should always. And that's what I'm saying.
No, it should.
one-
It should.
no,
but being
one- so
realistic,
one-
it's not going to always.
Right. So what he's saying is liking is something again that's enjoyable. Loving feels obligated. Think of it like going to work in a sense. When a person hates their job, I go to work because what I need to make
need the
money.
paycheck.
Okay, so you
But
like
I
paying
don't-
bills, or you obligated
No,
to
but
pay bills?
you love
like
what paying bills brings you.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
But
you
in
love
a
what
sense-
paying bills brings you.
Exactly.
Then I'm saying, Ed, then you need to find what it is that you like and love.
Yeah, no, I feel
So
like
like
that.
what I'm saying, like to create, like in my opinion, to create this utopia within your atmosphere, within your circle, they gotta coexist. Once you let one go and you hang on to the other, then that's when
We're not saying that they can't coexist with it.
we got a minute of some change. I don't mean to cut you
Go
off.
ahead.
I wanna
No,
ask
bring
you-
us home.
Because I want just to what you said.
Yeah.
What's the definition of a utopia?
For me or in general.
In
In
general.
general.
The definition of utopia is like something you create where like everything goes right. And that's a high level.
The textbook definition of utopia is a fictional place that exists where problems don't inhabit. All right, a fictional place. Though.
Okay.
There is no utopia.
You can create.
Okay, you cannot create a utopia. There is no. Jeff, think about your life.
I'm gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up.
Think about your life. There is no situation in your life that has ever existed that was always good.
You're right.
I also have the definition of utopia.
Read it.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Utopia can refer to a few things: a place of ideal well-being, a good utopia, an alliance of European universities or short story. So that's some other shit. Utopia as a concept means a good place or a well place, and it's often used as a synonym for utopia. So
it's a concept.
That's not all that it said. That's not all that it was said. Like the first one was like.
It's an ideal. That's not real.
That's a noun. Person, place, or thing, or idea.
Yeah, but
we're gonna take this off camera. Thank y'all for tapping in. Hold on. Thank y'all for tapping in. We'll be back next week. Hopefully Jeffrey can join us next week. If not, Reece will be here. Reece will be here.
Yeah, I know you got caught with the ratchet.
As always, like, follow, and subscribe. We love y'all. See y'all next week. Salute.
Be safe.